go.
Humiliating. Really? All right. How cruel!
I'm a spooky dog.
Pay for this.
I'm a spooky dog.
Sorry.
I did it. Oh, that's my headphones was just getting louder. I did it. Well, I've done it before, but now on video. Success. Now the game might crash. That the ending for that is very finicky. It used to crash and I couldn't even get to the point and click section after winning the night. That's been fixed, seemingly. Other times, the credits, it wouldn't even get to the credits. I'd do the whole point and click sequence and it'd just crash. So if I hit this, yup, there it goes. Unfortunately, we'll just open the game back up again. And we can continue. I have no idea why it does that. I haven't figured it out yet. It's strange. It's a mystery. Especially when it happens to no one else. The only fix for the crashes, which seemed to have lessened the chances, was just fixing the game saving every frame whenever you won a night. At least on the night win screen, like 6 AM, so that it's helpful. Now I can go in here. It's not dead. I can click buttons. Success. But if you notice in the credits, which I'll pull up here. Oh my, look at that. This game came out and I played it and this wasn't here but like initially. I just gave a bit of feedback after I finished. And the bubble was open to actually putting me on for playtesting. Which I accepted, and we've gone up to here for pretty much, like, we've gone up to this version for pretty much testing everything. Balancing, max mode, balancing this one. I have no clue if this is actually balanced yet. We didn't quite get here. But, yeah. I assisted with some of the balancing, mostly just regarding these particular things, like just the custom light in general, just because that proved to be a little bit overtuned. Just a little. However, theoretically, it should be fully balanced up to here. I hope. I really hope it is. I'm gonna do this at some point. It's gonna be difficult for me, especially when I'm actually trying to deal with the character properly. Because this is gonna make it very difficult. Whether or not this is actually properly balanced still, I haven't tested it yet. But yeah, I had some say with this game. And no, what happened with this was, it's not a max mode. It's just an extra challenge night, which basically takes both halves of the main game and puts it into one 6-minute night, as you saw. Which I would usually just do the max mode, but I wanted to do this to show off that night because I think it's cool. And for 2, naming conventions, because look, rest easy, and then next one is rest uneasy. And I would do this, but I don't want to drag out videos too much. And there's a real reward for this. It's just I don't think there is any reward because it labels it as 2 max modes. These 2. But yeah, I really like this game. I didn't expect much from it. I was literally looking through the new section of Game Troll through the FNaF tag. I was just skimming. I looked through it one morning and I saw this and I was like, okay. I didn't know what to expect. The screenshots, not that they don't give you much, but they don't give you enough to the point of knowing how the game's gonna play. And this game was honestly really, really surprising to see the quality. because I was playing it with a friend, and it's more around trial and error, that you have to figure out just about everything through just dying over and over and over again. And sometimes I'd have an issue with that regarding some games, because some games do it to a point where it's just annoying. This, aside from how bug got released, which kind of hindered most of the level of figuring everything out, it's a great time. You get subtle hints towards on how to deal with an enemy, you get some extra tips when you die, and eventually you'll put it all together, and things will work out. And I just found it really fun, just playing it with a friend, figuring everything out. And then little did I know, I'd put on for playtesting and think of an evil mechanic like that. I thought of the more camera positions. Because fun. It used to just be, if I remember correctly, it used to just be sending them back only one phase at a time when you're scaring them. And it used to just be the same thing, except whenever another character was in the same room as them, the other characters would get a speed boost, which would only reset once you fully dealt with her. This was problematic, especially for this, because when it comes to this one, with no way to deal with it, and just generally half of the things you have to track, everything just becomes too much, and you can't actually have the time to reset them before having to deal with something else. Interesting idea, it didn't work very well, but then we changed it to this, and despite it being much more chaotic, it's a good compensation. It still fills in the gap instead of making everything else faster, which utterly leads to just everything going awry. But yeah, I think this game is really worth your time. It's very, very good. I'm not even just saying that from bias. I know that's coming from the person who mostly did a majority of the balancing, or at least suggested or pitched a lot of ideas that were implemented. And not to discredit my friend here. That's my friend. He also got on. He found like a few bugs. So, more bugs than I found, so that's good. But yeah, I think this is really worth your time. I didn't expect to find it with so little attention. Honestly, it's kind of crazy. And the one thing that I really liked going into this game, the gameplay just felt loose, and it still does. Like loose where there's not really anything that's scripted. Everything's gonna be different every single time when it comes to how many attacks you deal with, where characters go, how fast they actually get there. It's just pretty much loose. It's just completely reactionary. Whatever gets thrown at you, it's just go. Do it. And don't stuff it up. And I really like how loose it feels. It makes it feel so much more enjoyable than it being sort of set, and like there's no set strategy, you just kind of go. That's kind of the thing I really enjoy. I don't really know what else to say. I thank the developer for letting me playtest future or later versions. I'm especially thankful for him actually to implement and consider most of my ideas for balancing. I had a lot of fun playtesting. And we hopefully will get this done, I hope. And I know I keep saying, well, I keep disappearing when I say, oh, I'm gonna try not to disappear. Just lots of things have been happening, and mostly this took up a lot of time in playtesting. It doesn't seem like much, but I was trying to get through as much as I could, as quick as I could. Which, if you look at some of the patch notes, we did a lot of things, so with just everyone in general, developer, me, and my friend. So there was a bit going on. I'd say currently this is in a pretty good state. Like, you can go up to here and feel confident that this is, like, everything here is fully balanced. From normal 820 to rest on easy, aggressive 820. This I don't know yet. Someone's bound to go for it. Someone's already beaten 820 and rest on easy on older versions, which were a bit more, which had less balancing, a little bit less, not by much, but some tiny fine tunes that were necessary. But yeah, just if this isn't balanced, well then we couldn't get to here. We weren't quite there, and I've never actually got to test these pretty full-on mechanics, especially when you add them on over all of this. It's kind of crazy. I had one little go with this one. I had one little go and one little attempt of this. I saw that. This thing just throws you off track. I have no idea how I'm gonna be able to do it, if it's even properly balanced. If it is even possible in that regard, I don't even know. But trust me, the release version was pretty bad. This was incredibly luck-based in most regards. But yeah, that's enough of me rambling. I'm gonna try my best to upload more. I'm not gonna promise it anymore, because that doesn't work. Because when I promise, things go up here, so we can't really do much there. But I'm gonna try and see what I can do. I had some stuff prepped up which I would have done earlier, but then the game in question broke, and I'm waiting for it to get fixed because I was about to do it, and then whoop-de-doo, and then I would have fixed it. So it's, oh well, boo-hoo. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. If anyone plays the game, I hope you enjoy it. Yeah. It's worth your time. Trust me. There's no bias. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say. This game's cool. Like the style, like I don't know, this works in its own weird way. It just works. Just everything, like, with the visual style. I don't understand why I like it, I just like it. And the polish, there's a lot of polish in this. I didn't mention that before. There's just lots and lots of polish when it comes to animation, gameplay, everything. And especially for the fact before this, there was no testers. When this released, there were pretty much no testers. It was just, take me and my friend out of this, it was just these two. This being the main developer, this one, yeah, exactly what it says here. So essentially, there was practically zero playtesters. Or anyone that was actually doing proper playtesting, aside from the main developer, which I find very impressive, even if some things turned out a bit rocky, like these, and especially this, but, you know. Like, having these pretty much just about fully balanced, I think that's quite impressive. It's very it's very good to see, because lots of games can struggle to find a good balance, and this one found a good balance right off rip, for at least the base portions of the game. As I said, very impressive stuff. But yeah, I'll shut up. Cool game. That's all. I hope I'm not killing anyone with this, and well, really the only thing I did was just this. The rest was just making things easier. So you can thank me for half of making everything, all of these easier. Otherwise, I don't know how evil this is. I apologize for anyone that has any grief over that mechanic. But yeah, I'll shut up. I wish you all the best. Bid farewell.